One. Hello, everybody. It's us again, Double Trouble Senior Edition. I'm Dave Porter, and this is my twin brother, Don. He's in the Ozarks. I'm in Virginia. I am actually looking at a cardinal on my fence rail out here on my porch just now.
St. Louis
Just like he
Cardinals?
was on a shirt. He was a male. It looked really good.
We got one of his teammates out there on my back fence most of the times.
Yeah. Well, we've got a pretty good show lined up today. We're trying not to get so long as we were last week. We went way over what we normally do. But
I don't even know what we did.
well, it was a long one. But anyway, one of the things we always want to try and talk about is to you senior folks out there that are thinking about doing something and you're too afraid, just do it.
That's right.
We jumped in to do this podcast and we have absolutely no idea what we're doing. And we still managed to get it out. We got a few subscribers. Lots of people comment. Just cussed us out or anything yet. So we're just going to keep doing it, whether you like it or not. And,
that's right.
Because we like it. It gives us something to do.
And if you don't like it, change the channel.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you can change to another podcast. But we also have each of us have a trivia / history based YouTube channels. Don's is called Simple History Lab.
The Simple History Lab.
The Simple History Lab. And mine's is the Mundane Mystery Files. And I've got a couple of new videos put in there this weekend. And one of them is, why does your dog suddenly sit on your lap? And I put one in, that was on Monday. On Wednesday, I put in the real reason that cats bring you dead animals. That is very interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm working on one today that I'll be putting in on Thursday. That is 6 weird things that your pets do and what they mean. And I'm still working on that one, but it's pretty interesting. And Don is in post-production or pre-production or
I'm
in
working
the middle
on one
of...
about, I'm trying to keep mine kind of more towards the World War II
real stuff,
battles and that kind of stuff. I'm working on one for Battle of Midway. Quite a story, let me tell you. Quite a story.
Yeah, I've seen the movie.
Yeah, I've seen the movie too. I've seen a couple of those movies.
Yeah.
But the real truth, the real story, you don't have all that romance and stuff in the real stories, you know. So, you don't have Robert Mitchum standing up there on the Yorktown before it sinks, before it gets blown up. So, anyway, I got that one coming out. I'm having a little trouble with some of the post-production stuff, but that's because I'm, once again, we don't know what we're doing. We learn as we go.
Most of mine are about the origins of everyday stuff. People are looking at them. I've got 298 subscribers as of this morning. Hopefully I'll get a couple tonight. Seems to me like I get a couple to 3 every night. I'm looking forward to seeing that. So we've got an interesting piece that you were doing there for a while, and we're going to do it again today. Don is going to take the Pledge of Allegiance and put it into the words of Generation Z.
Okay.
So Don, do you want to go ahead and do that?
Yeah, I'll do it right now. Let's everybody stand up and face the flag. Put your hand on your heart. I pledge. Okay, fine. I guess I'm rocking with this flag. Us, the U.S. squad, the one. And yeah, the whole we're a republic thing, democracy, DLC installed. Now that means, I looked that up, DLC install means downloadable content installed with new levels, bonus characters, and extra features. That's what DLC means.
Okay.
One nation kind of held together, somehow still standing. Not supposed to be beefing them internally, but Twitter exists. With freedom and justice for everybody, ideally, we're working on it.
It's X, formerly known as.
Well, X, formerly known as Twitter. Well, it said Twitter. I didn't really check with a Gen Z person because I don't know any really close enough. My grandson, I'm not sure he even knows Gen Z speak.
My oldest grandson, is a Gen Z, and he never uses any of this language.
Yeah. I think it's more for the high school age ones and the middle schoolers, I think.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, that is the Pledge of Allegiance.
I know when they taught it to us in grade school, they all broke it all up in sentences that didn't have any punctuation. And the real punctuation is, I pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the flag for which it stands. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That's the real way to say it.
Because it's a pledge, not a verse.
I'm hearing in my head, God bless America. Well, I've
USA. USA.
Exactly.
Speaking of USA, I guess you know that our president had a little incident last night at the correspondence dinner. Did you hear about that?
I think that might have been a fixed up deal, so he didn't have to take any crap from a bunch of people. Some comedian.
You think the guy that came in there with that gun and got in a gunfight with the Secret Service to keep Trump from having to deal with all those people?
No, the thing is that this is the first one Trump's been to, and he is so thin-skinned they can't stand to have anybody make fun of him. So whoever the comedian was for last night, I don't even know who it was.
It was Jimmy Fallon, I think, the guy from Fox News that's on there all the time on Fox News all the time. Jimmy Fallon, I think is his name.
Oh,
Fallon, F-I-L-F-A-L-L.
Oh, well, they had a friendly comedian then.
Yeah.
So I guess it was a real deal.
Yeah.
They're talking about nothing else today on TV. You've been watching it.
Yeah. They did shoot the guy, so.
Well, I just saw a picture of him with his face down on the ground while they was putting handcuffs on him.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the kind of news we have out here on the in the DMV. If you know what that is.
The
DC,
Virginia?
Maryland, Virginia.
Oh, I thought it was the demilitarized Virginia.
No, it's the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, DMV.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're outside the Beltway, though, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, I'm outside the Beltway by about, I don't know, 40 miles, 30 miles, 50. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too close.
Yeah.
We need to get you up there for a man on the street interviews is what we need to do.
Yeah, I could do that, but
you don't want to?
I don't want to. Too many people up there.
Yeah.
There's always a bunch of nuts running around up there with crazy signs and.
Oh yeah.
And I don't mind going, but I do want to go. And on my bucket list, I have one item that is to go to a Supreme Court hearing of some kind or another.
Right.
I know I can do that. They'll let you do that, but I have never got around to it because it's a pain to get there. You have to go drive to Springfield and get on the subway, the metro, and ride all the way over about 10 stops till you finally get where you're going. Then you got to get out and walk about half a mile. So you got to really want to go if you're going to do that. So I haven't really wanted to go that bad lately.
Did you know they got a museum in the basement of that place?
Yeah, they just.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
I've been in there.
Yeah, so why? I think that's when you took me in there.
Yeah,
About
they got one
30 years ago or so, I guess.
They got one in the bottom of the Capitol now that is just gigantic. I've never been to it, but I remember when they were building it.
Well,
and Lincoln Memorial has one down underneath Abe's chair there.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
I'm just there in October.
Well, they didn't tell you about that, did they?
They did not.
I've been there. You go around the side where the bathrooms are, and there's a door. You go in there, and a little museum in there. But
well,
there's just all kinds of things you can see in our nation's capital.
Yeah, you got to have a lot of time on your hands because there's a lot of things to see there.
Yeah, you better be ready to walk.
Sure. That's exactly right.
Okay, well, let's move on. I think we've got a dad joke.
Dad joke off
contest.
Oh. I'd say it that way. I said dad joke off.
Oh, yeah, he probably shouldn't say that. Hang on, I got to turn my light on. Hey, there I am.
Let me read you my headline right quick.
Yeah.
Before we do our dad joke, I got a headline.
Okay, let's show you news.
I won't pop any pictures up there for you this time. I'll just tell you what it says.
Okay.
This is from some newspaper from 2018.
18? That's like 7 years ago.
I'm not even sure what newspaper it is. I'm looking at the thing here, and it says, old man had cavity in one tooth, but other two were fine. Said, I was with a fun-loving group of old men who decided they wanted to go coon hunting the other night. And oh, what fun it was. They had anywhere between 65 and 80 years old. During one brief pause in the conversation, one of the guys filled the silence by telling about his visit to the dentist earlier that day. He filled one of my teeth, but the other two were just fine, he said, causing the hillside to go ring with laughter.
Probably couldn't find another raccoon the whole night.
That's right. That's right. Well, give me how many jokes you got. I believe I gave you 3 to tell.
I got 3.
I got 3 too. So you go ahead and tell yours.
Okay, number 1 is I asked my wife to rate my listening skills. And she said, you're an 8 on a scale of 10. I still don't know. Hang on.
The other part, you get your glasses on.
Well, my dog ran off with my glasses the other day. The frames kind of bent up and they're in a drawer in there. So I had to take my glasses from in there so I could have something to see. I said, I guess I'm supposed to say I still don't get why she wanted to urinate on a skeleton. Let me say that again. I asked my wife to rate my listening skills, and she said, you're an 8 on a scale of 10. I still don't know why she wanted me to urinate on a skeleton. That's pretty good. I know I've got a T-shirt that says the wife's talking to her husband, and she says, you don't listen, you never ever hear anything I say. And he goes, sure, I'll take a beer. And there's the next one. My son said, what rhymes with orange? I pondered a while and replied, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And here's the last one. Did you hear about the guy who died when the periodic table fell on him? The official cause of death was exposure to the elements.
Yep, that's a good one there too.
That is. Yeah. I like that first one the best. I may read it again later.
Yeah. Let me read mine right quick.
Yeah, let's hear yours.
Of all the inventions of the last 100 years, the dry erase board has to be the most remarkable.
I guess so.
What do you call a bundle of hay in the church?
I don't know.
Christian Bale.
Oh my gosh!
I once
What was
saw
that?
one. Huh?
I heard a little dun dun.
That's my phone.
It came perfectly after that stupid joke.
It was laughing. Did you hear it?
No.
Here's the last one and the best one, I think.
Okay.
I once saw a one-handed man in a second-hand store. I told him, "I don't think they have what you're looking for, sir."
That's where they always say, saw a joke like that the other day. That's why pirates with hooks on their, where they got their other hand, they said the second-hand store. Well, we're not kind of falling off on our joke telling.
I know.
Is there anything going on back there that I don't know about there in Lebanon? In the
Well, we got
Ozarks?
the Route 66 100-year anniversary coming up here pretty quick.
Yeah.
100 years ago, they put in Route 66. You know, it comes right through our hometown here.
Yeah.
They've even changed the name back from, we used to call it Business Route 66 when we were kids. They changed it to Elm Street, and just the last 2 or 3 weeks, they've changed it back to Route 66.
That's good. That's what it ought to be.
So I live about a block and a half off of Route 66.
Yeah. I wonder if Martin Milner and that other fellow, the TV show, will show up.
Oh, Martin Milner and
I don't remember what his name is.
I can see his face. Can't think of his name.
Yep. Yep. I doubt if they'll show up.
Probably not. They are having they had a thing at Branson yesterday. A whole bunch of people from all those shows in the 90s. Jerry Mathers was there. They had a bunch of them down there signing autographs. A bunch of them from Walton's and Little House on the Prairie and all those shows from back in the 90s or 80s or 90s, whenever it was. And we had Diamond Rio here last night.
Did you go?
No, I forgot all about it. It's a free concert.
Especially you should have gone then.
Yeah. Next
can't believe you passed that up.
I think the 29th to the 30th. Sometime a girl that's in the final 7 of American Idol. She's from Willow Springs. Name's Hannah something or another. Can't think of her last name. She'll be here for a concert. Can't remember exactly when that is. Pretty soon.
Yeah, I had to shout out to a twin girl who was on American Idol. A good friend of my son's, one of his fraternity brother's daughter. Her name is, I knew it before I started talking about it.
Is it like Sienna or something like that? Sienna?
Sela.
That's it.
Sela. Campbell.
You know your name.
She has signed up. She got signed to a record deal, apparently.
Yeah, cool.
And she's playing all over the place. She's been playing down in Austin and all kinds of places. I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't move to Nashville. I don't know if she's done that yet. I usually hear about her through my son, Chris.
Yeah.
And that's shout out to Sela Campbell. And let's see, somebody had a birthday the other day. Steve Johnson. Patty Parnell had one, I believe.
Yeah, I know.
Happy
Steve
birthday
Johnson
to them.
Yeah. You know, Sheila Starnes passed away.
Yes, I knew that.
Yeah.
It's been a bad year, last couple of years for our class of high school, class of 70.
Yeah, we're dropping like flies, let me tell you.
Yeah. Like a friend of mine used to say that he was from Boston, and back before they won the World Series, finally, they said the Boston Red Sox killed his dad, and now they're coming after me. That's what was going on with Boston there for a while. But
yeah, that's true. Well, Dave,
right, what do we
think we've run out of time.
Well, do you
how
have
long have we been on here?
20 minutes?
Oh, that's about right.
Yeah. Have you you have a inspirational quotation for us today, or did you forget
I did
that?
not. I did not think of that. Did you?
I just did when I looked down at my words of wisdom.
Okay.
Well, our words of wisdom for this week, I'm going to have to read it. When life closes the door, double check that you didn't pull instead of push.
Well, that's a good one. When life
closes the door,
be careful that you pushed. What was it? Say it again.
When life closes a door, double check that you didn't pull instead of push.
In other words, shutting it out instead of opening up to it.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good one.
I wanted to say one more thing.
Yeah.
I asked my wife to rate my listening skills, and she said you're an 8 on a scale of 10. I still don't get why she wanted me to urinate on a skeleton. You've now heard that joke 3 times today, so I hope you all can remember it.
That thing is still funny. If you want to
know what it is, I can send it to you. Just comment on this episode, and I'll be glad to send it to you. But anyway, we've been on here probably long enough for today. We're about half as long as last week. But we're just on here goofing around anyway.
That's right.
If any people there in the Ozarks, we could maybe get them over to your house, and we can have a guest sometime, maybe.
Well, I'd have to clean my office then.
Do what?
Said I'd have to clean my office.
Well,
you can't see the landscape.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we've done about as much damage as we can do this week.
Yeah. We better get off before we really cause some damage.
To make sure you can like, subscribe, and share our channel with your friends so that everybody gets the benefit of our vast experience at just about everything. And
I guess I ought to give a shout out to our nephew, or not your nephew, my wife's nephew, Zachary, and his wife Julie, and their 3 kids, Reed, Tucker, and Annie. They are in Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge this week.
Pigeon
vacationing, so
on to Dollywood.
Going to Dollywood. I know they are. They certainly are. So
good for them.
Yep.
Well, I've never been to Dollywood.
I've never been to Dollywood. I have been to Pigeon Forge a time or two, and I've been to Sevierville, which is right next to Pigeon Forge, and I've been to Gatlinburg.
Been through there.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Well, it lived about 3 hours from there one time.
Yeah. Also wanted to make sure that you look at our channels, the Simple History Lab,
right,
and Mundane Mystery Files. There's a link right down here in the description. Go up there and take a look at it. Be sure and like and subscribe to those 2.
Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast.
Yes, we do need subscribers.
We have, how many subscribers we got now?
I don't know, like 65 or something.
Really? That many?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to check that out.
Yeah, it's a showbiz, you know. You just can't put good programming.
I haven't received any fan mail from any of them.
Can't get in showbiz, you just can't hide talent.
That's
people's going to find it.
As much as they'd want you to hide it.
All right, everybody. See you next time.
Treat yourself better today, and God bless you.
We are.